I really had a hard time academically and I was struggling to keep my grades up. By my sophomore year, I was pretty unmotivated to continue with school. I was completely disorganized and lost, and I just didn't know what to do. All the feedback I was getting from everyone was just negative, except for my mom, because she was always positive and awesome. When I was younger, I was told that I had ADHD and I had been tested for it. I really had a hard time focusing in class and getting homework done at home without getting too distracted. And it makes things more difficult to just in general staying organized. One thing that I found to be super duper helpful at Edison is the teachers. Like they're the core of Edison, and they're amazing. It was the first time any school or teacher in the history of pretty much all of my schooling that a teacher or school had called home with something better than terrible news. Mm-hmm. Actually, it was the first time with good news. They helped me a lot with working with my learning difference of ADHD rather than fighting against it. They helped me use it to my advantage. So in one quarter I had reversed what 2 years of other schooling had done to me. I really just gained my confidence back. And now I'm much less depressed, and I can't even imagine thinking about giving up on school now.
We have a small student-teacher ratio, about 9-to-1. There's 94 students right this minute. But they also have the amenities of the large campus, Jesuit High School, and that's a great symbiotic relationship between the two schools. They offer us clubs, sports, dances, including the prom, library, lunchroom, and classes. Right now we have approximately 40 kids taking a class at Jesuit, and there's kids from their school taking classes here, so it makes it a win-win situation.
I'm sure most of you have heard the term LD, and LD stands for a number of different things. It stands for learning disability, learning disorder, learning difficulty, learning difference. As Pat says, lots of determination. The way that the information comes into the student may be a little bit different than the traditional learner. It's a luxury to be able to check in with your students frequently. Did you get what I just said? Processing speed and working memory are definitely affected. And so that of course makes work laborious, really slow, and then of course affects motivation as well. So let's say everyone leaves the office at 4 o'clock for the day, but it takes you 1.5 to 2 times longer to get your work done, so you're there till 6 or 7, day after day. How does that start to feel? Pretty frustrating. Maybe some anxiety, some depression starts to creep in.
And he had no interest in picking up a book unless he looked at the pictures. This kid, loved computers, he loved TV, he loved visual, and that's how he learned. And now we're in 3rd grade, and I'm like, he is not catching up. And panic starts setting in. To get into this school is no easy task. There's not enough spots for all the kids that apply. It's not cheap to send your child here, and you don't care, because if you don't pay now, you're going to pay it later. Your child is going to give up. So Chris came here. He learned many things. When I first started sending Chris to school, I just wanted him to get through grade school. And then I got a little greedy, and I'm like, okay, I just want him to get a high school diploma. And now my son is in college, and I just want him to get a really good job.
One of the most important things is class size. We've got small class sizes, so we're able to really interact with students and look after their learning.
It's like pushing a rock uphill. My philosophy, and most teachers' philosophy, is that kids are working as best they can. They're giving it full effort. So when someone tells them they need to work harder or they're lazy, those are terms I just can't live with. But about 20% of the population has some type of learning difference. So we just need more in this environment, in this city. There's a lot of kids that aren't getting help, and it's frustrating for me. We're using every nook and cranny to squeeze as many kids as we can to help them and help. And what I've learned is we're not only helping students, but we're helping families. I'm surrounded by an amazing staff. What I really appreciate being on this campus is the support of the students of Jesuit High School. The number one thing that keeps me up at night is all the kids we're not reaching. Our long-term goal, maybe short-term, time will tell, is to build a new building on the Jesuit campus, because we love that, as I said earlier, symbiotic relationship. And I wouldn't have been here if we weren't able to get financial aid, because we don't want to teach just to one class, socioeconomic class. But the last 2 or 3 years, we've given out $300,000 in financial aid. It helps about 1/3 of our population, probably 25, 30 of our families get financial aid. Approximately about 1/3 of our students go to 4-year schools, and the 2/3 do community college work, or usually a combination of those two. I just think it's exciting that the Catholic Church is now, we've talked about being inclusive forever, and I think it's now, we're walking the talk, which is